Howdy y'all, my name is Canadian Texan FC and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to give you all some background on myself and the teams I support. You probably looked at my name and are wondering how it all goes together. Well, I'm Canadian and I am based in Canada. However, I spent the majority of my 28 years of life in Texas, 17 years to be exact. So that kind of explains the first two parts of the name. The FC is a nod to my Spanish heritage. I want to use this channel to showcase multiple sports games under one name. This idea comes from one of the clubs that I support in FC Barcelona. FC Barcelona is mainly known for their men's La Liga side, but they actually have 7 total teams that compete under the name FC Barcelona. So that brings the 3 parts of the name all together. I plan on using this name as my team's name in NHL, FIFA, or EAFC starting 2023/24, and that will be the show. These are the 3 main games that I'm planning on creating videos for. Will other games also appear on the channel? Maybe. I'm not sure yet. I've been a Wings fan for as long as I can remember. From what my dad says, growing up in Regina, for the first few years of my life, we got the Detroit station on TV, which led to watching Wings games. I've attended 2 different outdoor games, the 2014 Winter Classic at the Big House and the 2017 Centennial Classic at BMO Field. My favorite player of all time is Steve Yzerman, and my current favorite is Dylan Larkin. Steve Yzerman, being my favorite player, led me to becoming a fan of the Tampa Bay Lightning in 2010. Ever since Yzerman became the general manager in Tampa, I followed the team. Growing up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I'm also a fan of the Dallas Stars. This is a team that I grew up with and grew up going to games to in person. I was able to attend the 2020 Winter Classic at the Cotton Bowl. The junior team that I support is my hometown team, the Regina Pats. I have a poster from the 1916 that signed that I must have gotten when I was like 2 years old. Even though I didn't have the ability to attend games in person growing up, I still listen to games on the radio and continue to do that to this day. I ended up volunteering at the 2018 Memorial Cup in Regina. Switching to football, the aforementioned FC Barcelona is my number 1 team for football. When I was 10, my family traveled to Spain to visit family. While we were in Madrid, we went to a football store. My attention was immediately drawn to the FC Barcelona kit, as it was the only one in the store that didn't have a sponsor on the front. That's how I became a Barcelona fan, even though my La Liga team should be Celta Vigo, based on its location to where my mom was born. Coming a little closer to home, Toronto FC became a club I supported when it became the first Canadian MLS team. I was fortunate enough to attend the freezing cold 2017 MLS Cup final when TFC won the league. Another MLS team that I support is, of course, FC Dallas. Fortunately, due to the distance and lack of public transit to Frisco, I haven't attended very many FC Dallas games. However, I did get them to play CF Montreal, then the Montreal Impact, in Montreal in 2017. Unfortunately, I don't have the kit of the team in England that I support. That team is Queen's Park Rangers, or QPR. Became a fan of QPR back in 2012 through a friend in high school. It helped that they had 2 Canadians on the books at the time in Junior Holliott and U23 player Michael Petrall. The closest professional team to me now is FC Edmonton. I've attended Eddie's games since the inaugural Canadian Premier League season in 2019. There are 2 teams that I support on the international stage, Spain and Canada. I'm half Spanish, so I've been supporting Spain ever since I got into soccer. And unfortunately, since it's a pain to get Canada soccer jerseys at the moment, don't have one yet. But I will eventually. Switching gears, I've been a New York Yankees fan since I was 6. My T-ball team was the Yankees, and the Yankees won the World Series back in 2000. I've been a fan ever since. Once Joey Votto entered the league wearing 19, Steve Yzerman's number, became a Cincinnati Reds fan. Canadian, and wearing my favorite number? What's not to like? Again, growing up in DFW, the Rangers were the teams whose games I ended up attending while growing up and introduced me to the sport of MLB, to be honest. Though, I grew up in DFW, I'm not a Cowgirls fan. So I rebelled and support the Philadelphia Eagles. First started with the Dream Team era of Vince Young and Michael Vick, and have stayed the course ever since. By the way, at least the Eagles have won a Super Bowl since I was born. Finally, my CFL team is again my hometown team, the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Hope you all enjoyed learning a bit about me and the teams I support. Please like and subscribe for more content in the future. Adios.